So the way we look at sustainability, and especially when we talk about it from a manufacturing facility standpoint, right? There are a bunch of initiatives that can be done. There are a few of them that we have already started doing, and there's a long way to go and a lot more to do, right? One interesting thing that we noticed as Sila is, we have global investors. We've always been reporting on the ESG front, so environment, social governance, some of our internal parameters, etc. Over the last couple of years, I think ESG has become a topic that everyone wants to discuss. It started off with the MNCs. Some of the first initiatives that we actually implemented on sites were at MNCs. That's naturally the way things flow, right? But today, and especially we're talking about the last 6 to 12 months, it's all of the Indian corporates that are thinking about this, they're talking about this. All of the promoters are focused on sustainability. So each time that we go, we speak to people, we speak to user groups or admin departments at manufacturing facilities. They want this because these are the instructions coming from the top. Let's talk about an entire facility, right? So recycling of plastic, bottles for change, planting trees, reducing paper, water conserving, saving of electricity, waste segregation. All of these are now pretty much become hygiene factors. It's a must for us to do all of these at sites because while it used to be a differentiator a year ago, it's a necessity today to continue in this business. And at the same time, it's also a responsibility as a facility manager to make sure that we're doing right towards the environment. A few things that we started noticing which were very different, right? So we talk about our manufacturing clients. They started asking us for electric forklifts. This is not something that we thought would have ever happened 6 months, 9 months, 12 months ago. We're talking about one of our larger clients. They have a massive plant spread over a couple of 100 acres. Within that plant, they need vehicles to move around from point A to point B for all of their employees. At that plant, the latest contract that we are discussing with them is about electric vehicles. So we are going to help them set up the electric charging infrastructure. We are going to provide them the electric vehicles, and effectively, they are going to drive sustainability, not just in the manufacturing facilities, but all the ancillary ancillary services that are connected to the manufacturing facility. So obviously within their plant on the assembly line, they have their own initiatives, but at the same time, the way their employees think, right? They're not thinking about diesel in terms of cost. They're purely thinking about it in terms of the environment. Obviously now it has a cost benefit. I think when I mentioned earlier, both of these go hand in hand, and that's the only way we can look at it. But a lot of the Indian corporates also are thinking beyond what we saw them thinking about a year and a half ago. If we talk about what we've implemented today at manufacturing facilities, right? Obviously, when we talk about ESG, the core of ESG is not just sustainability from an asset standpoint, but it's also sustainable business practices, it's sustainable HR initiatives, it's sustainability towards our employees. So safety ranks as one of the first parameters here. So the 5S training, 100% active participation, etc. Implementing the strict usage of PPE. At the same time, we've moved a lot past just regular housekeeping services. Today, maybe 50% is regular housekeeping and 50% is automated, right? Going forward, maybe that ratio can change to 20-80. So we're seeing deployment of a lot of machinery. We have deployed robotic auto scrubbers at some of our plants already. So one of the pictures that you can see on the side, that's just a robotic scrubber. It has better efficiency. You're saving manpower, and at the same time you're charging it. It's electric, so it's better for the environment. Across the board, if we talk about the technology that we have, invested in, the technology that we have implemented at all of our facilities, some of our customer facilities, etc., right? We focused a lot on IoT. So again, IoT is something that people have been talking about for the last couple of years, but we've seen that if used in the right way, it really helps detect problems before they come up. It helps us with preventive maintenance. The right dashboards give our teams the tools not only to do the right preventive maintenance, but to ensure that there's 0% downtime. Similarly, we've implemented air quality sensors. So we typically compare the indoor air quality compared to the outdoor air quality. We have our own benchmarks in case, let's say, the indoor air quality goes above, like the ppm goes above, the PM 2.5 goes above, the target benchmark numbers. In that case, we do know that maybe we've planned to clean the HVAC on the Saturday, but we might need to take it up on Friday because this is an indicator that some additional activities have happened in the facility which have led to more dust, or there are some external factors involved. We need to take up these activities, and all of this not only helps us provide better service to the client. Eventually, it also saves a significant amount of cost in terms of breakdowns, downtime, and better maintenance. I spoke a bit about the robotic cleaning. So we are doing robotic cleaning on factory floors. We are doing robotic cleaning on any large lobbies. And I think in terms of the FM industry, we are at a very nascent stage in using robotics, but we are already seeing the advantage, right? About 2 or 3 years ago, maybe it was a gimmick. It was something that people liked to see. It was something that was cool, and you want to talk about it. Today, it's something that's of operational use. And going forward, I think we are going to see a lot more of this, a lot more improvements in this space, and be deploying a lot more robots at our facilities. Again, coming back to ESG, right? The S of ESG, the social, this is something that we are focusing on very actively. We firmly believe that ESG is at the core of our business strategy, and all of what we do is driven by the thought around ESG. So we started the Silla for Change Foundation. This foundation is for our frontliners, for their education. We have investors who've contributed to it. We have customers who've contributed to it. And we ourselves contribute a certain proportion of our profits every year towards the foundation. Very simple goal. No questions asked. You come in, you tell us you need X amount of money towards education for your younger ones. Show us the receipts from any education institution and you get paid. Now, obviously, this is something that comes from a thought process of being more inclusive, of helping the others, etc. But this also creates a very positive work environment. This is something that a lot of our clients also appreciate. And, this is something that we've seen improves the morale of our blue collar workforce. We firmly believe in diversity. We think the facility management industry, and especially in the blue collar workforce, there's a long way to go here. But we're maybe at a 30-70 ratio today, and we're targeting towards hitting that 50-50 ratio, which we think is healthy and doable.